Namaste friends, and welcome to Rhythm of Yoga. My name is Hannah and I'll be guiding you through this practice today. I'm excited to be with you here today. We'll be moving through some hip openers. This is a great practice for all you physical people out there, runners, cyclists, people who actually have to sit quite often as well, end up developing a lot of really tightness in their hips, as well as that emotional baggage that gets stored up within the hips. So that it tends to just kind of set in those hips, and it gives us that stiffness, that heavy feeling, weighs you down, causes stress and emotional issues. And this is just a great way to get rid of some of that tension. So we'll go ahead and get started together here, coming down and onto our backs. So go ahead and relax down to the earth. If you would like, you are always welcome to grab a pillow and take that pillow underneath the legs when we come into Shavasana relaxation. Just gives us that ability to kind of bend the knees and just feel that like relaxation down into the hips and the feet. And just close the eyes softly. Let's take one hand over the belly and one hand on the heart. And begin to notice the rise and fall with each and every breath. Connecting to the breath and to the beating heart. Allowing a soft smile on the lips, inviting joy into our practice. Remembering that this is a joyful place, this is a kind place to be. We're being kind to ourselves, kind to our bodies, letting go of judgment and worry. Release the hands down toward the earth. If you have that pillow underneath your legs, go ahead and remove the pillow, and it can just be off to the side here. We might use it here again in just a little bit. So what we're going to do to start is go ahead and slide the right knee in toward the chest, and from here you can wrap your hands around that knee and then maybe give a little tug, just gently guiding that knee up toward the right shoulder as you inhale, and feel length through that left leg. So the more we can lengthen out the left leg and draw the right knee in, the deeper we'll move into the hips. So just feeling that left hip rooted down to the earth, that nice energetic connection. And take one more deep inhale, feeling that opposing stretch, both legs moving in the opposite direction. Feels pretty good to me. And then from here, we're going to cross that knee over toward the left side, coming into a supine twist. And here's where that pillow might come in handy here. So I just got some couch pillows, some throw pillows. You can use whatever pillows or blankets that you have. But from here, we're going to cross that right knee over the body and then drop it over to the left. So you can take that knee over the top of a pillow here to start, just to give yourself a gentle space so that we don't have to twist too far right in the beginning of our practice. And you can kind of feel your left shoulder slide over toward the left as you reach your right hand to the earth, reaching out to a T. Try and take your right shoulder all the way down to the floor, and then plant that right shoulder there. And if that right knee starts to lift up a little bit, then that's okay. Use the gravity as the shoulder stays centered on the earth, and the gravity will draw that knee down. If you need a thicker pillow and that's too much of a stretch, then find a thicker pillow. Find a couple pillows, couple blankets, whatever you need. But we're gazing over toward our fingertips on the right side, feeling that twist from the tailbone all the way out through the crown here. So all through the spine, massaging out the internal organs of the belly, helping us to release and detox, just the way a massage does. Just kind of stimulating those internal organs and helping things to start moving. Beautiful. Take one more big breath. And as you inhale, let's bring it back to center. From here, reach the right heel up toward the sky. And exhale, release that right leg back down to the earth. We'll switch sides out. So if you were using the pillow on the opposite side, take the pillow on the right side this time and slide the left knee in toward the chest. Wrap the hands around the shin or the knee, and again extend out through the right leg and draw in with the left knee, feeling that nice release, the hips relaxing down to the earth. You could even take your right hand and press down on the hips to feel that nice massaging energy. You can even press down and massage your hips. Always bring massage in wherever you can. And take one more big breath. As you exhale, let's take that left knee and cross it over the right side of our body. So again, if you've got that pillow and you want to use the pillow, letting the knee drop down on the pillow, feeling your right shoulder kind of slide over toward the right so that the left shoulder can melt down to the floor. And then we reach the left fingertips out to a T as we gaze over to those fingertips. Beautiful job, everyone. And again, option always to take that thicker pillow or even turn your pillow so that it's a little bit higher up. If you need a gentler twist, if you're ready to move deeper, you could even remove that pillow and let the body hang. Trying to keep that left shoulder against the earth though here. You got it. Beautiful job. Just feel the gaze over, moving that twist all the way up to the cervical spine. Take one more big breath. As you inhale, let's come back to center and extend the left leg up toward the sky. Flex the left foot and then exhale, sweep that left foot back down to the earth. Center yourself back onto your mat. Reach your fingertips up and overhead. Take a nice long stretch. Inhale. And as you exhale, begin to scoop the belly out as we rise up and into that seated position. We'll reach to the toes here. So slide the hips back, feel yourself root down to the earth. And if you want to, you can even take that pillow out in front of you just to give yourself the ability to get nice and comfy. Get yourself situated, reach toward the toes, and then go ahead and just relax down to the earth. Down over the tops of your legs. Get nice and comfy. Last big breath. As you inhale, let's slide back up to center. You can go ahead and move that pillow out of your way here. We're going to slide the feet together here, coming into Baddha Konasana. So the soles of our feet are together. And then the knees draw out to the sides of the body. Beautiful. We'll slide the heels in nice and close first time for that deeper inner thigh stretch and inner hip stretch. And then you can grab onto the big toes. Pull the body through as you lengthen out. This helps to root the hips down as well as lengthen out through the spine. So it gives us that belly control as well. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower forward. Beautiful. Trying to keep that nice connection. If you want to slide the heels back a little bit further, that's okay. Finding that good space for you. And if you're nice and deep here, you could take your elbows down and press out on those thighs, giving you that extra release, extra open space. You got it. Beautiful job. One more big breath. Inhale, take it back up to center, and then we'll stretch the outsides of the hips, a little bit more focused on the outside here. So the feet slide away, and this time we round out through the spine and let the forehead drop down to the feet or toward the feet. And again here, you always have that option to take the pillow underneath those hands or the forehead and drop down toward that pillow. One more big breath. As you inhale, let's rise back up to center. From here, bring the knees together. We'll sweep the knees and rise up onto the knees. From here, coming into our tabletop position. Take hands down to the earth right out in front of you. Palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes under here, and then begin to send the hips up high as you come into your first down dog. So press into the palms, gaze toward the belly, lengthen out through the spine, melt the heels toward the earth, spread the fingers wide, feel the weight to the insides of the hands, so the pointer finger and the thumb dominantly here, as you press in and melt the heart deeper toward the thighs, gazing to the belly. You got it. Take one more big breath here. As you inhale, bring the gaze forward toward the hands. And let's go ahead and step forward. So we're going to bend that right knee and slide the right knee up to the chest. Plant the right foot between the palms. Slide the left knee into the chest and slide that foot between the palms. Inhale, take a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold nice and deep. Inhale, reverse swan dive, rise all the way up and into your extended mountain and reach the fingertips up toward the sky. As you exhale, open the heart, reaching the fingertips back, a slight back bend. Inhale, reach back up. As you exhale, let's take the hands onto the hips and then step the feet out about hip width distance apart. Beautiful. So bringing some movement into our hips, just starting to warm up those hips, warm up the muscles that surround the hips. So from here, let's send the left hip out and then roll it back and then over to the right and then take it forward. So press the hips forward and then roll it to the left. So you're just moving in that nice big circular motion. Find your range of motion. Smile as you're doing it. Sometimes it feels silly, but it feels good at the same time. And silly is good. Beautiful. Take one more big breath. Come back to center. And let's take it to the opposite side. So pressing forward, over to the right, to the back, to the left. Forward, right, back, left. Beautiful. Couple more times here. Feeling that nice opening. Beautiful. 2 more. A little cracking and popping. As always, getting rid of some of that tension. Awakening those joints and bones. Boints. So boints means joints and bones. Last breath. Come back to center. Inhale. Awesome. Gently sway the hips from side to side. Just rock it out. One more time. Come back to center. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up toward the sky. As you exhale, let's interlace the hands together behind you. Extend out through the arms, and then exhale, begin to fold over. Feeling that nice reach out through the hips, down through the spine, and opening in the heart and shoulders. You can be still here if this feels pretty intense. And if you'd like, allowing a little gentle sway just to warm up the backs of those legs, feeling that nice release each time we move. The energy moves with us. Take one more breath. As you exhale, release the hands down to the earth into a deep fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold nice and deep. Let's do that a couple more times. Press into the palms. Inhale, lengthen, accentuate that spine. Exhale, fold nice and deep. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold nice and deep. Beautiful. Press into the palms, take a half lift. And from here, let's slide the toes out and the heels in. We'll come into a nice little malasana flow here. So just a squat. So the toes are pointing straight out, or not straight out, but sort of out to the sides. And the heels are kind of in here. And I'm about hip width distance apart. My feet are at the edges of my mat. From here, I'm going to slowly start to drop my hips. And you might not want to come down as far the first time, or even at all, and that's okay. But just finding that nice drop and then simply reaching it right back up. Extend and drop nice and deep. Beautiful. Slowly lower those hips down and lift the hips up high as you extend and then deepen in your fold. Let's take that 3 more times. Lower the hips, lift the hips, drop in the fold, half lift, lower the hips, lift the hips, drop the crown, and half. Beautiful. Last time, slowly lower, slowly lift. Feel that warmth starting to build. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, lift. Point the toes forward, and then let's heel toe the feet together until the toes are touching and the heels are slightly separated. Take an inhale, half lift, lengthen out. Exhale, plant the palms to the earth. Step or hop back into your plank position, and we'll take one flow through our vinyasa. So tips of the toes, lower to chaturanga or to the earth. Flip the feet, press to up dog or cobra. And as you exhale, send the hips up high into that down dog position. You got it. Gazing up toward the belly here. From here, reach your right leg up high and then allow the knee to bend as we come into fire hydrant pose. So pressing into the palms, try and square the heart down so that right shoulder wants to lift. Let's stay centered as you gaze to the belly and melt the left heel down. Feel that reach through the hip, up through that right knee. One more big breath. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna pull that right knee up and then take pigeon pose. So the right foot comes to the left wrist and the knee comes to the right wrist. So I want you to lower that shin down to the earth. And if this is feeling really intense for you already, then you can always take that pillow and take it underneath the bottom to give you that ability to kind of rest down so you don't have to come all the way against the floor. But if you can, then just allowing the hip to rest down. Try to get the shin parallel to the short side of the mat. And if you have to, even leaning off to the right to start and then beginning to work your way to center. That left leg is nice and long behind. And then work on finding center weight over the tops of the hips. So you might not come right over the tops of the hips where I am at this time, and that's okay. You might be leaning a little bit forward, you might be leaning a little bit out. As long as you're working your way into that center, honoring the body, being kind and gentle, then you are in the right place. You feel that change, and that change is what we're looking for. So again, if you want to, you can come to center and maybe even take the hands up off of the earth, allowing that weight to come down into the hips. And one more big breath here. From here, we're gonna sweep the left leg forward. So you might place that right palm on the earth. And then from here, let's take that left leg all the way through. And we'll come into double pigeons or fire log pose, whatever you wanna call it. So we're stacking the shins over the tops of one another. So the ankle is over the knee and the knee is over the ankle. And if this is very uncomfortable for you, then we'll switch it up. That right leg can be straight. The bottom leg can be straight. And the top leg, the left leg, can come over the top. So we're just letting that ankle kind of rest just above the knee on the tops of our thigh. But if you can stick with us in double pigeons, then try that as well. So here, letting the knees start to drop down toward the earth. I like to grab on here and then lengthen out through my spine. For me, it's a little bit more of a rooting feeling than reaching the arms up high. If I pull in here, that helps me to pull the belly low, sink the hips down, reach out through the spine, and then begin to fold over as you walk the hands out. So maybe tenting those fingers, imagining those fingers kind of suctioning to the floor or even just kind of gripping to the earth, and then walk the hands forward. So feel yourself grow long out from the hips as the hips energetically root down and we reach forward. So there's a very nice deep stretch on the left side, especially here. And we lengthen and we lower. Take one more big breath. As you inhale, slide back up and into that center. The bottom leg, if it's not already, is going to come straight here. So the right leg is straight out in front of you. We flex the right foot. So the toes are pulling back. We're protecting the joints by flexing that foot. And then from here, we're gonna cradle our left shin. So you can either grab onto the foot and the knee and start to draw it in toward the body, or if you can, hook the left elbow around the knee and the right elbow around the foot, and then draw that shin in toward the body, maybe interlacing the fingers here if you can. And then from here, taking that round out as we hug in and rise out. So the hips kind of press down into the floor, the spine lengthens out, and you can hold right here if this feels good. And if you want more, you can just take a little gentle massage. So we have a lot of open space and maybe a little tension on that left piriformis, and it just gives us a nice ability here to massage that muscle out a little bit better since it's kind of stretched out a bit, it's easier to bring pressure to. So just a little gentle rock from side to side. If that feels really, really intense, then maybe just holding still and being even gentle on yourself. Remember, we always honor the body. So listening to the signals of the body and doing what feels good and right for us. So if it feels bad, then maybe it's a little bit too deep. It should feel pretty darn good. Take one more big breath. And find that center. From here, we're gonna drop that right foot over the top of the left thigh. So maybe that half lotus position as the knee drops down and the top of your foot's kind of over the thigh. But if that's too much for you today, then the left foot can come to the inside of the right thigh and drop down for Janu Shirsasana. So your choice here. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine. Again, feel this low belly kind of pull in. So it's nice to even take your hands here and press in at that low belly to give yourself that rise out and through. The right foot stays flexed and we're squared up with that right leg as we grab to the right foot and begin to lower over the top of that right leg. So feel yourself lengthening out. We're rooting down and through the hips. Feel that nice energetic rooting and then grow long. Feel that low belly pull in and then reach over. Continue to gaze toward the toes softly and always that heart light shining toward the toes. So if you had that flashlight in your heart, then it would shine at the toes. Light those toes up, lower down a little bit further. You could always give yourself a little foot massage here. Always room for massage, right? How often do we come this close to our feet? Give ourselves that little bit of self-love. Take one more big breath. And as you inhale, rise back up to center. Beautiful job. So from here, that left foot is now going to slide over the top of the right leg. Taking the left foot down to the floor. From here, the left hand will reach up and behind us, coming into a little twist. So check that right foot is flexed. Press into the left palm first to lengthen out through the spine. We're protecting the back here. And then you can either hug that knee with your right arm or hook the elbow to the outside of the knee, keeping your fingertips active. Length out through the spine and gaze over the left shoulder here. So keep that length, feel that drawing of the belly in. Hold. Last breath. And inhale, bring it back to center. Release that twist. Beautiful. So from here, that bottom leg is gonna bend and the left leg is gonna sweep right back behind us. So right back to that same position, that pigeon. Right leg out front, left leg behind. So extend your left leg behind you. This time, if you'd like to be a little bit more gentle with that right thigh, then you can slide your heel in just a little bit closer till it feels kind of comfy. And again, you have that pillow around if you want that pillow, and then slowly lower over the tops of that pillow or to the earth and come into sleeping pigeons. Lengthening the left leg long behind you and lowering over the top of that right leg, feeling that nice deep stretch into the outer hip of the right leg. You got it. Last breath. Take your hands back underneath you as you press back up to the palms. Let's go ahead and move that pillow out of the way for a moment. Tuck the left toes under. Press into the palms and slide your right foot back to meet the left. Coming into your down dog, let's pedal the heels out. Feel the hips sway from side to side, releasing gently out of those hips. Feel that nice little massage, that release. Any movement that feels good here. And come back to center. So we'll do the opposite side here. Let's sweep the left leg up toward the sky and then bend that left heel back as we open into fire hydrant pose. And remember here, pressing into the L shape of the hands just like we do in down dog and gazing up to the belly as that right heel melts down. Lift the left knee to try and point up toward the sky and try and keep the heart squared to the earth against that right leg. You got it. Melt through the right heel and open in the left side of that hip. One more big breath. And as you inhale, let's bring the gaze forward. Sliding that left leg through, coming back into our pigeon pose on the opposite side. So the toes are going to come to the right hand this time, the left or the knee toward the left hand. And again, option here to take that pillow underneath the hip and let yourself melt down over that pillow, giving you that extra ability to kind of stay lifted here. And remember, you have the option to start out leaning off toward the left, trying to take the shin parallel to the short side of your mat here, and then start to center the weight. So that right hip starts to lower down toward the floor with that space on the left. You got it. So we're moving in gently. If you'd like, removing that pillow. If you never had it, then great. If you've got it, that's great too. It is just about being in the place that feels right for you. As long as you are doing it and it feels good, then you're in the right place. So we're extending that right leg and drawing in, maybe rising back to center a little here. The side's a little bit tighter for me. Might be tighter for you. Maybe the other side was tighter. Understanding that it is pretty normal to have one tighter side. And we work into trying to find that balance in our bodies. So that's what we're doing here, finding that balance. You got it. Little to no weight in the hands, finding as much of that center extension as you can. One more big breath. Soften here, and then we'll take that right leg and sweep it all the way around, finding again our double pigeons. So ankle over knee, knee over ankle. And remember, if that is uncomfortable for you, we have the option of that bottom leg straight out in front of you, left leg straight. So whichever variation feels good to you, lengthen out through the spine. Feel yourself root down and reach out through the spine. The belly kind of slides in and under. So we scoop that belly under, giving us that extra space. That's Uddiyana Bandha giving us space, and squeezing the perineum, the pelvic floor, that's in and up. And both of those combined give us that extra space and beautiful energy. And then we begin to lengthen forward. Again, feeling yourself kind of gripping to the earth as you walk the hands forward and melt the heart down. This side feels tight for me, so it feels good at the same time. I truly enjoy this beautiful stretch. It is a wonderful place for me to be. This is one of my more problematic areas, so it feels so nice to get a good stretch here and relaxing down. Feeling that stretch. Wherever it is for you, close your eyes. Notice where all it moves. Of course, we have that outer hip in the piriformis, but maybe it's moving all the way up the side body for you. Maybe it's out to the side of your right knee, relieving some of that tension off of your knee. That's a beautiful thing. Take 2 more big breaths. Last one. As you inhale, let's center, rise up. Beautiful. That left leg is going to come straight. If it's not already, then we'll straighten it out. And again, we're going to hug that right shin in. So left elbow around the foot. And again, you have that option to simply grab and start to draw in. And if you can, elbows around the foot and the knee. And again, we hug in and feel ourselves rise up. Feeling that weight come down over the hips and that nice little gentle massage. Flexing your left foot out. Feel that chest rise up past the shin. As the heart opens, the shoulders relax down. There's kind of a nice little stretch in the shoulders too. The weight of the leg kind of just drawing the shoulders down and open. Beautiful. Find that little massage that feels good to you. Whatever works. Take a couple more breaths. Last one. Come back to center. We're going to slowly begin to lower that right foot down over the top of the left thigh. And if, again, that is too much, Janu Shirsasana A, with the right foot into the left thigh. So letting that knee start to draw down either way. And then again, we're kind of rising out of that shrug, slump, out of the slump, as we press the hips into the earth, scoop the belly under, and then reach forward toward the left toes. Beautiful. Feel yourself lengthen out as you relax the shoulders and the elbows to kind of start to slide out. Reaching toward those toes or grabbing toward the foot. Always options for straps in every practice. You know if you need them, you got it. 2 more big breaths. Last one. And as you inhale, let's slowly rise back up to center. Beautiful. This time the right foot is going to draw off to the left side. So try and get that right foot planted down on the left side of your left thigh. And then flex your left foot. Continue to keep that left leg flexed, protecting our joints here. Reach the right arm up and over, and then take your hand down to the earth behind you. First, lengthening out through the spine, and then either hugging or hooking as you start to bring the twist in. So keep a long spine and gaze over the right shoulder, maybe pressing slightly into that left elbow to continue guiding that stretch a little further. Use the breath to find your space. Remember that Uddiyana Bandha, that low belly. It gives us a lot extra space here. One more big breath. As you inhale, bring it back to center. So again, we're going to come back into our pigeon pose, and that bottom leg is going to bend, and the right leg is going to sweep right back. So again, in that same side pigeon, the left shin working toward parallel, but if you want to be gentle, then slide it in a little bit here. And extend the right leg behind you. And slowly begin to lower down, maybe over your pillow if you want to get super comfy. Resting down and finding sleeping pigeon. Take 2 more breaths. I'm still here. I didn't fall asleep on you. Last one. As you inhale, slide the hands underneath the heart, underneath the shoulders. Press back up onto the palms. If you have that pillow, then go ahead and slide the pillow off to the side here. And this time, let's go ahead and just simply sweep the right leg forward. Beautiful. Taking both feet out in front of you. You can slide the hips just a little bit further forward as you slowly drop down onto the elbows and forearms, and then all the way down to the back. Let's gently rock the hips from side to side, sway the knees, that windshield wiper motion, giving us that nice release to massage out the sides of the hips. All that work we just did, letting go of that intention and tension. You got it. One more big breath. Let's come back to center here. So let's slide the hips or the heels in a little bit closer to the hips, trying to touch the backs of your heels with your fingertips. And from here, we're just going to press into those feet and lift the hips up nice and high. And here, let's go ahead and slide that pillow underneath the back. If you can, take it the direction that makes it a little bit higher up for you, and then just rest down. If you've got a couple of pillows, it'll give you a nice high reach up here, or even a block if you've got one. Finding a nice height here to rest in, and just feeling that nice gentle release. Just relax the shoulders down and the palms by the sides. Let's take one more big breath. As you exhale, let's slide that block out or pillow out and relax back down and onto the hips. A couple more times, swaying those knees from side to side, massaging out the hips. One more breath. And as you inhale, come back to center. Just releasing the heat in the breath and just allowing yourself to cool and come down. Letting go of any and all worry, any stress, any tension, and relaxing all the way down to the earth. Coming into your final moments of this practice, the stillness, that sweet center, gentle breath, relaxed body, trusting the support of the earth below as we breathe. As always, if you have time, continuing to relax in your Shavasana, if not for just a few minutes. But if you are ready to start awakening from this space and begin to move, we'll start to gently wiggle the fingers and toes, beautifully rolling the wrists, maybe the ankles or the heels swaying from side to side, curling and flexing the toes, just finding that nice movement, bringing life into the body. And as you inhale, let's reach the arms up, take a soft smile onto your face as you extend and lengthen, invite that joy into your life and into your day, and gently relax. From here, let's take it to the right side or left side, whatever feels most natural for you, and into your fetal position. Curling up into that little ball. However you feel good here, just getting nice and comfy and taking this time to set an intention for our day. Always allowing that goodness to shine through our heart and nourish ourselves in all that we do. Once you are ready, begin to rise up and into that seated position. Eyes can remain closed for the sealing of our practice. And taking our hands to heart center, allowing the thumbs to rest gently over the sternum, feeling the extension of the heart beating. As you inhale, let's reach the arms up and overhead, open the eyes, gaze up to the fingertips. And as you exhale, softly close the eyes, smile on the face, hands at heart. I would like to thank you all so very much for being here and sharing this practice with me today. Truly, it is always an honor and such a wonderful blessing to have your presence and your inspiration for teaching. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and always look forward to seeing you again. Namaste. Thank you for being here, everyone. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. And if you subscribe, it'll keep you updated on all the new things that we are continually adding. Have a beautiful day, enjoy your life, smile, and be kind. Namaste.